Hey everyone, let's jump right into today's explainer. We're looking at something incredibly empowering for car owners, unlocking the hidden potential of your 2024 to 2026 Geely or Changan vehicles. Today, we're going to focus on explaining in plain and simple language exactly how to bypass those annoying factory restrictions and install third-party apps using ADB. We're skipping the fluff and getting right to the good stuff. Here is our roadmap. We'll briefly touch on the smartphone on wheels concept, track down those secret access codes, walk step by step through the ADB installation process, check out some real-world owner experiences, and finally, go over the major risks you absolutely need to know about.
All right, Section 1, your smartphone on wheels.
Think about it for a second. Modern infotainment systems like Geely's Galaxy OS or Changang's Uni interface, they aren't just radios anymore. They are literally giant, highly capable smartphones bolted directly into your dashboard. But right out of the factory, they're heavily locked down. It's kind of like buying a high-end phone, but not being allowed to open the App Store. To get to the custom apps and the deeper settings, we have to find the key to the kingdom. And that key? It's the hidden engineering menu.
Moving right along to Section 2, secret codes and menus.
So how do we actually break in? Well, it totally depends on what you're driving. If you're in a Changan, like a Uni K, it's usually pretty straightforward. You just long press the top corner of the screen and punch in a standard password. Usually it's just 2580. Boom, you're in. But Geely makes it a bit more of a puzzle. Depending on whether you have a Coolray or a Manjaro, you might have to rapidly tap the software version 10 times or open up the phone dialer and type in a really specific string, like #32279.
And if you've got one of the newer ultra-secure Geely models, like the 2025 Manjaro, those old static passwords just won't cut it anymore. Instead, you need this specific number, 802018. It's actually a dynamic password system. You have to find your car's product serial number, grab the last 6 digits of it, and multiply that by 802018. Whatever the last 6 digits of that final math problem are, well, that becomes your golden ticket to get inside. Pretty clever, right? But it definitely takes a little bit of work.
Okay, Section 3, installing apps via ADB. This is the main event.
So you've done the math, you've punched the code, and you are officially inside the engineering menu. Now we need to get your apps installed. You're going to look for a setting called ADB, which stands for Android Debug Bridge. But don't let the technical jargon scare you off. Just think of ADB as a secret underground tunnel connecting your car's brain straight to your laptop. By flipping the switch, you're bypassing the bouncer at the door and opening a direct line to drop in custom apps that the official store would never allow.
What does this actually look like in practice? It's really just 4 straightforward steps. First, open that engineering menu using your car's specific code. Second, find the toggle for USB debugging and turn it on. That opens our tunnel. Third, grab a standard USB cable and plug your laptop directly into the car. And fourth, you sideload your APK files. You're basically just dragging and dropping the exact apps you want, Yandex Navigator, Google Maps, YouTube, you name it, right into the car's memory. It really is that simple once you get that ADB tunnel open.
Section 4, real-world owner experiences. Because theory is great, but does this actually work out in the wild? Absolutely, it does. Look at Alex from the UK, driving a 2025 Geely Manjaro. He ran the math, enabled his ADB tunnel, and successfully sideloaded both Yandex Navigator and Google Maps. His takeaway? He says the car just feels so much more useful now. And the best part is he didn't need to pay a dealer. He just needed his laptop and the right code. Same exact story for Changan owners. We've got Michael up in Canada with his 2024 Uni K. He used that super easy 205080 password, got right in, and not only installed apps through ADB, but also switched on a hidden feature called Video in Motion. Now, media playback works while he's actually driving. Talk about a massive upgrade for the daily commute, all from just a few taps. Let's slow down for a second, though, for Section 5. Caution, the main risks of modification. Because as incredibly cool as all this is, the engineering menu is not a playground. If you aren't careful, you can literally brick your head unit, basically turning your massive, expensive touchscreen into a very shiny, very dead paperweight. So, here is your strict do not touch list. Never mess with anything labeled CAN configuration. That controls the communication with a physical car. You could literally disable your power steering or brakes. Scary stuff. Also, never ever hit format data. It doesn't just reboot the system, it completely wipes the operating system, meaning you'll have to replace the actual hardware. Oh, and if you wander into a menu that is entirely in Chinese, don't guess.
pull out a translation app on your phone, or just back out immediately.
And remember, this whole thing is a constant game of cat and mouse. Manufacturers are regularly pushing out over-the-air or OTA updates while your car is just sitting in the driveway. These patches frequently rewrite security protocols, meaning the passwords and entry methods we just talked about, they could be invalidated overnight. What works perfectly today might just be locked down tomorrow.
Which brings us to a rather provocative question. You now know exactly how to bypass the factory restrictions, open that EDB tunnel in plain English, and install the apps you actually want. But one wrong tap and you could void your warranty or completely brick your system. So it really comes down to this. Are you willing to gamble your warranty to turn your dashboard into the ultimate unlocked smartphone on wheels? I'll let you weigh the risk versus the reward on that one. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Stay curious and happy tweaking.